All right, so with the start of the playoffs coming up this weekend, Week 18 is concluded. So we now have all seven AFC and seven NFC competitors competing for the Super Bowl this year in 2024-2025 season. And honestly, just looking at this, and I was, if you saw me on stream last night, I was streaming with Stadium Junkies last night. If you saw me on stream, um, I was talking about how basically the NFC, I can see way more competition out of there, especially the further down the list you go from this. Now, we were talking about like fun matchups and whatever, and I think a real fun matchup would be, the Broncos and Commanders. It's out of left field. It's something you don't like see at all. So like I think something like that would be like really cool. Is that going to happen? No, no. It's going to be probably okay. I got to stop with that. It's gonna be probably like freaking Chiefs and Lions because everyone, we have to hate. The NFL has to provide hate to the world. They have to provide all the negativity to the world. And the only thing worse than Chiefs Lions for me would be Chiefs and Vikings. But the Vikings just we lost to those. We lost to them. We lost to them. We lost to them. We lost to them. I can't believe we lost to those idiots. We lost to a team that couldn't even score a touchdown. I know the Bears couldn't score a touchdown against Seattle, but I'm talking, against the Lions. They couldn't even score a single touchdown, and we lost to them. So I don't see the Vikings making the Super Bowl. But I think this is a pretty good NFC playoff field. I don't like the AFC playoff field because looking at it, like obviously you have heavy hitters like the Chiefs and the Bills, and then from there like it's basically just the Ravens. Like that would be like the second tier. It's just the Ravens, and then like Texans. I don't think can do it. I'm not high on the Chargers. I have not dissected every single snap from the Chargers. I have not watched every single game of theirs live and go, my God. But I don't think so. I really don't think the Chargers are gonna go anywhere. They might win one game because they play the Texans, and I just the Texans aren't going anywhere either. But like I don't trust the Chargers to even make it out of the division round if they get to the divisional round and through the. I don't know. Steelers, no, no. We were talking about this on stream last night. This is like they're the 6th seed, but they should be the 7th seed because they are just that bad. Like the Steelers are just that bad. For some reason, they're 10-7, but they just look terrible. Absolutely limping in the playoffs right now. And they have to face the Ravens. They have to go to Baltimore. So, good luck. And then you have the Broncos who, rookie quarterback, which props to them because I don't think anyone had them even making the playoffs this year. And, like, they're a block field goal away from actually beating, like, a Mahomes-led Chiefs team. Now, obviously, they obviously shut out, the backups, but a blocked field goal away from basically sweeping the Chiefs this year is insane to think about for the Broncos, but I don't see it. To get just to the AFC Championship game, you have to go through the Bills, and then you have to go through the Chiefs. Now, granted, that game they lost on the blocked field goal was in Kansas City. Technically, they can go into Kansas City, and they technically can do it. But you got to get through Buffalo first. And Buffalo is probably the team to beat right now between AFC and NFC. Now, people are going to argue the Lions. I have Buffalo as the best team in the NFL. They're better than the Chiefs. Like they're 15-2, but they don't like play like a 15-2 team. They really don't. Josh Allen is probably going to win the MVP. Buffalo's just looking really good, and people thought this was a rebuilding year for them. So the fact that again, the 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th seed here, I don't have like any of them even like sniffing the AFC Championship. It's just like it's crazy to think about that. Again, it's so top heavy again. It used to be for like the end of the 2010s, early 2020s, and I know now we're in middle of 2020, middle of 2020s. But like early 2020s, it was like AFC is so much better. You have like 4 or 5 teams that just can dominate and just get through and get to the Super Bowl, and they're gonna fight each other, and the best team wins. Now it's like, okay, it's the Chiefs division, and then the Bills are there. Like That's all the AFC is. It's not a good division or conference. It's not a good conference at all. Again, you have the Ravens there too, but they had the 1 seed last year and just crapped the bed so badly. Like that was honestly probably their best year to win a ring. Honestly, like it probably was. And the Chiefs just was like, oh yeah, by the way, we're just gonna bypass you to get our second ring in a row. Like you guys, the Ravens look just I'm so disappointed with last year's Ravens because I would have rooted for them in the Super Bowl and be like, I don't care who they coming out of the NFC, I'm gonna root for the Ravens. You know, Lamar Jackson's there for the ring. They're the 3rd seed this year, and I'm like, okay, they're not beating the Bills or the Chiefs, and they have to go on the road. Like, I don't really see a lot of potential from this AFC side. NFC, though, I think the Lions are obviously going to make a run. The Eagles probably should make a run. The Bucks they're potential deep runners. I'm not going to say they're Super Bowl runners, but like if they somehow made it to the NFC Championship game, I'd be like, okay, yeah, you know what? Baker's having a really good year. Mike Evans just hit 1,000 yards for the 11th straight year. Like their offense is cooking. Their defense isn't that bad. Saw some stats earlier that like Bucks since week 12 have like one of the best defenses in the NFL right now. Since week 12. That's basically like the second half of the year. So like it's a little less than the second half of the year. But like it's potential. Rams I don't see. Vikings could obviously make a run. I know I said, you know, Packers just lost to this team. What is going on? They got swept by the Lions just like we did. They could go and they could make it to the NFC Championship. They could somehow bypass that to the Super Bowl. But again, you probably got to get through the Lions. But I think they're a team that could make a deep playoff run. And the Commanders. Do not sleep on this team. Do not. I don't know why so many people are just writing them off. Like, oh, you got the 6th seed. You're good. You're done. You know, Jaden Daniels is done. I've been talking about them since basically the start of the year. Now, to begin the year with, and in the middle of the year, I had the Commanders as better than the Eagles. I think the Eagles are starting to skyrocket now, and I think they're better currently than the Commanders. But the Commanders are a pretty good football team. Jaden Daniels is having a really good rookie season. So the fact that like they're a 6th seed and it's like, okay, I could see them like making a run to the NFC Championship game, maybe somehow making it to the Super Bowl. Like there's a lot more competition in the NFC than there is in the AFC. Again, it's just basically the top 2 teams here. But you have the top 2 teams here. Again, you have a potential. Again, they beat the Lions. Yes, that was in end of September, early October. They still beat them. Lions are 15-2. And the freaking Bucks beat them. Do not sleep on the Bucks. Now, I'm not saying they're, you know, on the same tier as the Lions right now. But they have the keys to the success to beat them. And they've already done it. They've already proven they can do it. So I don't trust the Rams at all. And I don't trust my Packers at all. There's so many people, especially in the Packers community, that are like, you have to support them no matter what, and you can't criticize them. And I think that is the dumbest thing in the world. Now, there's currently a lot of people upset, and currently a lot of people are going like, okay, well, we're, you know, one and done. Like, I see that a lot online. I totally agree. I think we are going to lose to the Eagles. I really want Matt LaFleur gone, but I know, you know, realistically, he's probably not because he has good records in the regular season. But my counter argument to that is we've never won a Super Bowl with them. We've had the 1 seed before. We've won our division before with Matt LaFleur. You know, Jordan Love just came out of nowhere last year, and we looked really good with him last year, and then we got bounced by the 49ers in the division round, which we should have won that game, but just boneheaded decisions, and Jordan Love threw an interception right at the end of that. Like, you know, and I know that's you know, throwing an interception is on Matt LaFleur, but I'm getting sick of just a regular season merchant, and that's all he is. So I don't see it. I don't see us beating the Philly. I don't see us going to the Super Bowl. There's too many good teams, and we got swept Well, we got swept by the two best NFC North or two best North teams, I should say, because the best NFC North team is the best team in the NFC, which is the Detroit Lions. And they just handled business against the Vikings and swept them. But like, we're 1-5 in the division. Should be 0-6. We're a blocked field goal attempt away from 0-6. Like, we don't really deserve to be here. It's bad. This Packers team is bad. They have 11 wins, and they just like the Rams probably beat them. I think the Bucs beat them. I think the Commanders beat them. These are Rams are basically the same tier as the Packers. And I think I know the Rams lost in Lambeau. I know that. But for whatever reason, if we would have to go to SoFi, I don't it would literally be the NFC Championship game. So there's no there's no possible way of that happening. It's so bad. There's literally only two teams here in the NFC side where I think they have the worst shot to bypass everyone else. So, but it's way more competitive. I love the NFC this year. It's so good. Then again, you have Seahawks 10-7, and they could have won their division, but they lost. Falcons were fighting for that division, and then lost in overtime to the Carolina Panthers, which Bryce Young balled out that game. Cardinals started out, the year pretty good. They led the division for half the year, I think, or the first half of the year or something. And then obviously that's when you get to, Cowboys sucked. 49ers had their off year, which means next year they're going to the Super Bowl. They got the Bears, Panthers, which again, 5-12 after, Bryce Young he got benched, he came back, and suddenly looks a lot better. So, it's crazy to think about. But I think you could say these two teams right here, it's okay, they're borderline playoff teams. Obviously, this is the only borderline playoff team that missed on the AFC side. No way the Dolphins are. I don't really like the Colts as the playoff team either. So even eliminated, you have 2 versus 1. It's just the NFC is more competitive, and it just feels like teams are actually winning their division. No, I know they're 10-7 here. I thought the Falcons were closer. I guess they weren't. Okay, whatever. Whatever. The point is, there's a lot more teams that just feel like they genuinely deserve to make the Super Bowl versus you have the 2 here, and then again the second layer, and then that's it. I don't see any of these 4 teams making it at all. But we'll see what happens. Prove me wrong, please, for the love of God. Prove me wrong. Bounce the Bills. Bounce the Chiefs. Bounce the Ravens. Prove to me that the Broncos can make the Super Bowl. Prove to me the Steelers, the Chargers, the Texans can all make the Super Bowl. Please, I beg you. I want to be wrong. You have one of these teams in the Super Bowl? Absolutely crazy. Never won a Super Bowl. Haven't won. 2015 is the last time you went. I think 2011 was the last time you went. So and obviously Bills deserve it. They've never won a Super Bowl either. But I just give me something. And say for NFC, bounce the Lions, bounce the Eagles, bounce the Vikings. Bounce the Command. I would totally be okay with the Commanders in the Super Bowl, but give me 4-7 for the NFC Championship and the AFC Championship. Make it insane. Prove to me the AFC is better. I beg these teams to do this. I want to be wrong. I want to come back to this video and be like, I was totally wrong. I accept I was wrong. I want to be wrong so bad. Just please do something. I don't want to see the Chiefs and Eagles rematch. I don't want to see the Chiefs and Vikings. I don't want to see the Chiefs and Rams. I am semi okay with Lions Chiefs just because I would cheer for the Lions to win. But give me Bills Lions. Give me Ravens Lions. Give me Ravens Eagles. Give me Bills everyone on this side of the screen. Bills Commanders would be actually really fun. That'd be really fun. Give me Broncos Packers. Give me 2 7 seeds make the Super Bowl. Just Give me something insane to happen. But yeah, there's a lot more in the NFC side, at least for good chances, statistics chances versus the AFC side. But we'll see how this shakes up. I'm not really excited for a lot of these AFC matchups. It feels like, the Bills are going to crush. It feels like the Ravens are going to crush. The only real upset could be like the Chargers beating the Texans, but it's just like, it's kind of like both teams are meh. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, though. Like, subscribe, share. Liking and subscribing definitely helps. I'm trying to get up to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. I know we're in January, but it takes forever to start out the channel. So 500 by the end of the year is going to be my goal for sure. But with that all being said, put in your biased Super Bowl predictions and give me an unbiased one. And just if you want to make unbiased fun, unbiased / a fun prediction like I did last night with the Broncos and the Commanders. Give me both of those. Give me your bias. Be as biased as possible. Put your team in the Super Bowl with whoever you want to face, and then unbiased / fun. Give me some unique types of Super Bowl matchups. Maybe ones that we've never seen. Maybe ones where both teams haven't won a Super Bowl yet. So there's a lot of them out there, especially in this playoffs. There's a lot of like good matchups that you could throw in. A lot of them, in my opinion, come from the Bills on the AFC side, but that's that's just me being I want the Bills to win the Super Bowl. But I'm out of here now. Again, do all that. Enjoy the playoffs. We start this weekend. Peace.